Welcome to the Journal. We have a great show lined up for you today. I'm your host, Sydney.
And I'm Rami.
Let's kick off the show today by seeing what it's like to run a seasonal business in Canada.
In this country, it's tough in the boating industry because it's seasonal. We make push carts and all kinds of stuff to make us busy to pay the bills. So I'm a dry land marina. I'm in Toronto, and they're not on the lake. So people, they pull the boats out of the lake and bring them to me, and we run them all here and do the necessary repairs. With the parts, there's so many different parts because I just don't do one brand of motor. I do all the brands of motors. There's Johnson, there's Evinrude, there's Mercury, there's Chrysler, there's Force, there's all kinds of them. There's 28 motor manufacturers that are out there years ago, and now there's 6. The customer comes in with a boat or a motor or whatever, we make a work order out, and we get his name, his phone number, the date, what it is, like if it's a Johnson, a Mercury, Yamaha. In the wintertime, we have special pricing. We like to winterize. So we park the boat in the lot, move it around with a fork truck if need be. And then we do the repair. I like to get, in the wintertime, like in the fall, because a lot of boats come in all at once, I like to get them in and out the same day or the next day. And what else?
Look at you're the one to do it. Drink, smoke, have fun. Oh, maybe you shouldn't say that.
No. I don't know. Take life a little easy, on the easy side. But we still have the shops open, still 6 days a week, and that's what we do in the wintertime.
Wow, that was really interesting. When you think you can't really run a business during the winter, but yet you can. Hey, Sydney, you know what? It's flu season, right? Have you gotten your flu shot yet?
I haven't gotten around to it yet. Nope.
Maybe after our next video, it'll change your mind. Let's take a look.
It's official, flu shot season has begun. As thousands of people line up for their vaccines, questions about vaccination safety have some worried. We turn to local corporate wellness group Brady & Associates for some answers.
My name is April Detzler, and I'm the Occupational Services Manager. For the most part, Brady & Associates, they do critical incident work, occupational services such as placing nurses for different contract work, wellness clinics, flu clinics. We're kind of a one-stop shop in terms of workplace health and safety.
The last few years have been an exciting time for flu vaccines. The much-hyped H1N1 pandemic 2 years ago caused global panic and a worldwide shortage of the flu vaccine. After a year where many who wanted the vaccination were unable to get it due to supply and demand, many anticipated that last year people wouldn't take the chance they might run out and head to the clinics in record numbers. But as April explains, not being able to get the flu shot during the pandemic has sparked an interesting and possibly disastrous trend.
A lot of people ended up not getting the flu shot, period, and then they didn't get sick because it wasn't as bad as they had anticipated. So I think last year people felt, well, I didn't get it the year before and I didn't get sick, so I'm not going to get it this year. So we saw really low numbers right across the country.
When asked about the vaccine controversy, April admitted that even Brady and Associates employees are divided on the matter, but they leave the choice up to their clients.
Within the office here, there's a divide as well on who does get vaccinated and who doesn't. We just encourage people to educate themselves because, we don't like to push that on anybody. And flu is less controversial because it's not a live virus anymore and it's an annual vaccination. The thing about any vaccination is it's never 100% guarantee.
With their flu clinics filling up fast, Brady and Associates is gearing up for a busy flu season. We leave you now with April's tips for trying to stay healthy this upcoming winter flu season.
Take care of yourself and you wash your hands and you get rest and you're good hygiene, then that should also be a good promoter of health and keeping your immune system healthy.
You're right, Rami. I probably should look into getting my flu shot soon. Next up, we have an interesting video on the Canzine Festival in Toronto.
Hey Dave. Wanna get a drink after work?
Not really. I'm going to Canzine.
What the heck is Canzine?
It's Canada's largest zine fair and festival of alternative culture.
What the heck is a zine?
Listen and learn, my foolish friend. Listen and learn.
A brief history of zines. A zine, derived from the word magazine, is an independently or self-published booklet, often created by a single person. Zines are customarily created by physically cutting and gluing text and images together onto a master flat for photocopying. But it is also common to produce the master by typing and formatting pages on a computer. The end product is usually folded and stapled.
Okay, Canzine is primarily a zine fair for people who make small press books or their own zine, but it's also crafts and art books and posters and comics, so a variety of things. People come every year so that they know about it and they sort of just look out for it.
How did we end up here?
Haven't you heard the saying time flies when you're having fun?
I have.
We just spent the last 6 hours at Canzine.
Oh yeah. Wow, that was fantastic.
And now we get to have that drink you wanted as well.
Oh Dave, you're the best.
No, my foolish friend. Canzine is the best. Canzine is the best.
I love you.
What was that?
I really want to check it out now. I've always wanted to see what an interesting tidbits I can find in those zines. We have an interesting video coming up. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be hypnotized? I know I have. Let's check out this video by Bianco Samuels.
My name's Kate Gardner. I'm a registered hypnotherapist. I'm working at the Morpheus Clinic. I did my BA in psychology. I also have a diploma in addictions and community service work. Because hypnosis has been around since humans have been around, because it's just a natural state of mind. A lot of myths and misconceptions out there. One is that hypnosis is mind control, which it isn't in any way, shape, or form. Another is that you can get stuck in hypnosis. You can't get stuck in hypnosis. Hypnosis is a state between awake and critically aware and sleep. And so if something happened to me during a session, and the person would have two choices. They would either come out of hypnosis or they would just fall asleep, so you can't get stuck in hypnosis. In hypnotherapy, I'm using hypnosis in a therapeutic way, whereas stage hypnotists are using hypnosis for entertainment purposes. It's because, I love a good stage hypnosis show. I mean, they're fun, and I participated in stage hypnosis shows myself years ago. But they make my job a little bit harder because people come in expecting it to be mind control and expecting me to make them do things, and I can't. Hypnosis is not mind control in any way, shape, or form. You breathe from here on in. Imagine your breath flowing out through your rib cage and spreading relaxation throughout your body. And 1, you're starting to emerge from hypnosis. 2, feeling wonderful in every way. 3, your mind is clear and alert. And 4, eyes starting to open now. And 5, eyes wide open, fully aware and feeling wonderful in every way. That's right, just coming back to the room now. And feeling wonderful in every way. Just open your eyes now. Welcome back. Wow's the word.
Distractions like my phone going. Some things, but I believe that if there was absolute science, I think I could actually, I felt heaviness.
And then I just saw you sit up at the end, and I was like, that was absolutely crazy and definitely creepy. I don't know if I'll ever go through that experience, but who knows. Next up, we have an amazing video put together by Mike Stoddard. Ever heard of a dance crew called Geeks and Freaks? Let's check them out.
The Geek Freaks originally started in 2009, but we came together in 2007. Found that not everybody's good at everything, but everyone has their own unique feel to the group. There's some of us who can do extremely well in choreography, but they can't freestyle. And then it's the other way around. Some are amazing freestylers, but aren't the greatest in choreo. So we decided that we can definitely separate the two, but we're still the same group and do as many shows as possible with 2 different feels, right? There's 2 different types of audience for choreography and freestyle.
So have they done shows together, or you would send them off separately, do different
It's usually separately, but sometimes we'll end up at the same show. Like Youth Day, we sent our freestyle and choreo group, right? Although it wasn't all in one act, it was definitely on the same venue, same time, same place.
How Michael would hit that snare, it would be... Right, it would be a... All right?
What do you do regarding the Geek Freaks and the HER dance crew?
My main role is to be the lead choreographer. I deal with the artistic sense of it all when it comes to creating the choreography and pretty much the performances that we make. That's what I do. When it comes to anything that we perform, that's what I deal with. When it comes to the choreography group, anyways.
Oh, it's actually really good. It has me going. Right, I've seen it a million times. Good job. Sorry if it took 3 hours, but then you know what? Whether we invested that time in this song or other songs, it needed to happen because we was constantly improving it. We weren't just practicing it over and over again without any improvement each time. We were improving something each time, so it was progressive. Every time we practiced it. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, Tuesday.
How did you get into joining with the Geek Freaks?
I contacted the arts department. And as I contacted the arts department, they referred me to 2 teams, the varsity team and the HER hip-hop team. So I was more interested in the hip-hop team because that's where I'm familiar with. So I contacted, so I searched up HER on Facebook and I found Wayne. So I messaged Wayne, and he said, yeah, there's auditions in 2 weeks. So I went to the audition, did well, and basically that's where I'm at, and I'm here on the team.
Why did you start this dance crew?
Well, coming to the school, I left high school, like right out of high school. I came to college, so I was like 17, 18. Pure dancer in high school, just kind of did talent shows and stuff. And I came to school and I was like, shit, this can't be the end of it for me, right? So went around, found major and stuff, other passionate dancers, but we didn't really have a large community, so we thought. And then we started doing open sessions and stuff, and then we realized, hey, there's more kids who are interested in this kind of field, so why don't we just keep doing it? And then as it got bigger and bigger, we just kept making our ciphers and sessions bigger, and more kids were interested. And then we decided to get into a different field. So we jumped into choreography, because we did the whole freestyle thing for a while. We wanted to do competitions and get bigger and bigger, not knowing how big it would get. And then after winning everything we did.
So what has the Geek Freaks done outside of the school?
We've opened for many festivals and concerts and stuff. Like we've opened for Busta Rhymes, T-Pain, Rick Ross, Fabulous, Lady Gaga, Drizzy, and some other people as well. So we've been doing a lot of contests, and a lot of competitions and big summer festivals and stuff. This year we did Youth Day 2011, which was this huge event that happens Young and Dundas. And even right before school started, we did Campus Fest with Classified, and that was a huge turnout as well.
So are there any upcoming events for Geek Freaks or the HER?
So we're hosting the biggest competition for hip-hop for universities called Ouch. And we won last year we won Ouch last year, so we get the honor to host it. And this year it's going to be happening at the GM Center, November 26, 2011.
Damn, those were some amazing moves. I should call them up to teach me a few things. Next time, we'll be looking at an upcoming artist from Toronto by the name of Barry Zito.
What's up? This is your boy Barry Cito, and I am a Canadian pop recording artist.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a warm welcome to our boy in Event City, Mr. Barry Cito!
Vancouver, BC. This is my first time here, so... Well, I've been doing music all my life. I've been taking piano lessons since I was a little kid. Violin, guitar. I was in school choirs, orchestras, you name it, I did it. School plays, all that stuff. Recorded my first official demo with Johnny Bada back in high school, and that demo got me a couple of pretty cool performances, around the city. And from then on, I started doing a little more pop stuff, more experimental stuff. I experimented with a bit of reggaeton a couple of years back, and my first single, This Is Our Night, was released a couple of years ago, and I shot a video for that.
Party's just getting started, so let's make the most of it, no time to rest.
And how can the fans reach you?
My fans can reach me at the World Wide Web, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, my website, barrycito.com, and yeah.
And to end this off, can you tell us a little bit about your upcoming projects?
My upcoming projects. So this year I'm actually entering the world of dance, pop, electronic music, so doing more of that kind of vibe. And my first single, Come Back to Me, has that sort of dance house vibe to it, and the responses have been good, especially in clubs. And yep, and that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, and releasing an album, working on it, and yeah.
I loved his music. It's nice to see another Toronto artist striving in this industry. Since we're on the topic of music, let's take another look at musician by the name of Friendly Rich.
Hazel, you dead prude! Hazel, you dead prude!
We're in the bowels of the Cameron House here. My name is Rich Marcella. Friendly Rich.
We're not broken horses, astrology,
Growing up in Brampton, there wasn't a lot to do. So this is kind of what I think drew oddballs like myself and people I grew up with to making music, I think. Parade of Noises was an initiative just to celebrate noise as an option for kids when they're making music. 700 grade 4 kids walking down Queen Street, Main and Queen in downtown Brampton, all performing on homemade musical instruments. And then they'd all congregate in Gage Park and we'd blow the roof off. And then it would just end with this giant finale of, through the roof noise, actually going over the noise bylaw limit in the city. And then boom, the mayor would hit a gong and everybody would shut up at the same time, and it was like this peace in the park. It was really neat. Actually saying that noise is okay and messing around with sound, and hopefully they would keep that creative edge to what they do and not just go for Royal Conservatory of Music piano training or something kind of boring and already been done, I mean, don't get me wrong, I see an inherent value in learning that, but I think there's a time and place for that. But if you're in grade 4, just make a mess, just make an absolute mess with sound. That's what I was going for.
That guy really is an interesting musician. Who knew you could make all those different sounds? Next, we're going to take a look at a band called Drag the Lake.
Remember my name. You die slow.
Hey, what's up? My name is Jake Deacon. I've played guitar for 7 years. I've just recently begun an engineering production career. I started a couple years ago, and I also build custom guitars on the side. Currently I'm playing guitar in a band called Drag the Lake. We're a deathcore metal outfit out of Aurora, Ontario. We've been playing shows to support our upcoming EP, I Am Violence. We've got merch as well as CDs coming in the new year. Guitars I've been using recently are Ibanez guitars. great guitars. I really enjoy the neck shape and the colorways they have on the back. For 6 strings, I'm using an RG Prestige series, and for 7 strings, I'm also using Ibanez. It's an RG 7321. For an amp, I'm running an Angle Fireball 100 right now into some rack effects, and then through my wireless. And that's essentially it. Since I built my first guitar when I was about 17 years old, it's just inspired the passion further. Hopefully one day I can have my own workshop to maybe even support myself off purely building guitars, if not only just for fun. But yeah, just with the community around here and the interest that I think would be available with the guitar players around here, I think there'd be a great opportunity to start up a company based around here with some custom-made guitars. Future prospects, hopefully Drag the Lake can kind of break through and go somewhere with that, get some tours happening and perhaps some endorsement deals and stuff like that. In terms of recording, again, if there's any interest from anybody out there that would want to work with me, more than willing to, hopefully use them to step myself up as well as step their game up. And guitar building, yeah. I mean, if I could make that something that was an income source as well as a support, for myself and whatever I've got for a family at that point, that'd be fantastic.
That was some great music, and I wish the band the best of luck with their future endeavors. Next up, we have Alicia's video, where she takes a deeper look at whether music-based video games helps an individual or hinders their music ability.
Guitar Hero. Popular video game that lets you unleash your inner rock star. And although the franchise is over, I still wonder, does the game actually entice people to go pick up the instrument? Or does it set the bar too low on the real thing? I went to BPM Music to find out what they think.
12-year-olds to 19-year-olds, I honestly believe that media has a big part to do with why they take music lessons. I think they think that instruments are cool, that they'll get along better with their peers, they'll get the babes, that sort of thing. Obviously that's not entirely true, but it's also fun, right? And it's a social thing. Anyway, Guitar Hero and Rock Band had a big part to do with it. And in the beginning, I thought it was a bad thing because it's a bit of a joke. Like if you've ever played a guitar and you've played Guitar Hero, there's no comparison, right? Because Guitar Hero is really just Simon Says on a guitar.
I have played that stuff, and that's why I started off after I started playing guitar, I started playing that. And I thought it was kind of fun, and I guess that could influence other kids to start actually playing guitar.
Guitar Hero and Rock Band, they actually brought back a lot of the music from the 70s and 80s that I hold dear, most of us do. Back in a time where musicians weren't automated, there was no auto-tuning, there wasn't digital editing, so you had to be good at what you did. Right? And I remember sitting there doing a guitar lesson with this kid, and every week he would come in and he would have this new old song that I grew up with. And all the songs were really cool tunes, and I was like, dude, where are you coming up with this material that you want to learn? And he would say, Guitar Hero. And so I was like, okay, well, there you go.
A new game on the market, Rocksmith, gives the player the ability to use an actual guitar instead of controller. Would this mean the end of people having to actually go take lessons?
It is actually, because I've actually looked into getting that, and it seems kind of cool because you'd actually learn how to play guitar and then you'd play the game at the same time, right? So
Actually, I'm never worried about that because really, like, you will never have that one-on-one feedback, right? You'll never have an instant response to whatever you've done. Like, you'll have an automated response. Here, play this, so you play it. That's not right. Play it again. But you won't have the, oh, you played it pretty well, but you could play it better. And here's 15 alternate ways of playing it if you look at this genre versus that genre versus this genre. You don't have that one-on-one. So no, I'm not worried about it. But if it does teach people, if you're actually using a real instrument and it does teach you how to play, I say great. It should be awesome. But I think if it's too much like lessons and not enough like a game, the kids won't want it.
That was definitely interesting. To wrap things up for the show today, Sydney, if you ever need any love advice, check out this video from a love guru, and you'll understand what I mean.
For some reason today, I felt the need to text her to say, "We need to stop talking. I'm not going to the wedding, and we need to lose each other's number." Now, for some reason, I feel numb after doing this, and I'm not even sure why I did it. Has me lost my mind?
Okay, so Real Talk Guru started. It kind of stemmed from a breakup that I endured back in 2009 with my ex-girlfriend, and I remember I was a wreck, man. I was just like, I made a lot of sacrifices, as you tend to do in relationships, and it ended up taking a turn for the worse. And I remember meeting up with two of my buddies from high school, and I proposed the idea to my boys, like, yo, we should, kind of start a show where, we're talking about relationship advice, because, we've been pretty experienced, like, not to say that we're experts or like dating gurus, like, per se, but I mean, we do have experience in the dating realm. So we started doing these on a weekly basis, and then we started sending them to all our friends, and all our friends, like, gave us like crazy feedback. We would go to parties and they would just like, "Oh my gosh, episode 5 was hilarious. When's episode 6 coming out?" and stuff. So we realized that generating a big buzz around the show.
Dear RTG, how do you guys feel about a girl taking control in the bedroom? When I try to take control with my boyfriend, he always switches it up and does what he wants anyway. I enjoy it, but I would just like to switch it up every once in a while. So, what do you guys think?
All in all, it's better for the guy. But if she wants to try it, try blindfolding him. Yeah, try blindfolding him.
Yeah. What sets Real Talk Gurus apart from all the other people is that not only do we give advice, but we also make it in a humorous way. So we're not going to just sit there and be like, you got to do this and you got to do that. We kind of poke fun at it, but like in a way where we're both laughing at the situation, you know what I mean?
Some of you are probably thinking, how can prom possibly be fun if I don't even have a date? That is a good question, and I felt the exact same way during my prom. Because you could go to prom, take a couple pictures, mingle with your friends, eat some decent food, and dance the night away and be good. Up until they play that slow.
Full of other people, I wonder where you go to.
What I've learned about women and men in general is that we speak a different language, and that's something that we definitely have to understand. And it's kind of like they're both striving to like get an understanding of one another and trying to figure each other out.
Girls know the technique. They use this to their advantage. They use their peripherals. Guys haven't mastered the art yet. A sexy girl walks in, you try to beat the street and use your peripherals, but what happens? Your peripherals turn into broken necks.
What have I learned about myself in doing Real Talk? Communication. Like, that's something that I lacked in a lot of my past relationships, and it was only recently that I discovered that communication is the most important thing in a relationship. It's funny because you know that saying where it's like, you can give advice, but when it comes to taking your own advice, you're never, you just never know what to do exactly.
What's next for Real Talk Gurus? Host Andrew James would like to see it become a weekly television show.
He made some interesting points that I'll definitely take notes. That's all the time we have for this week. Come back next week for another exciting show of The Journal.
Now, before we go, here's a performance from a Toronto artist, Adam Martin with his song Cloud 9.
Well, I don't drive no fancy car, can't stunt in clubs, buy out the bar. Heck, I still wish on shooting stars. And I don't got no fancy job or shiny rings and bling to floss. But baby, I still dream. Even if they say it's all just so impossible, I'll just keep on marching forward like I'm unstoppable. Even if there's nobody there else with me to see, I still believe, I still believe. So I'll cry tears, I pour my sweat until I bleed, until I'm where I wanna be. I'll cry tears, I pour my sweat until I bleed, because reaching cloud 9 don't come easily. And I don't got no big old house, just a space where I chill out and wish on shooting stars. Still I have my debts to pay, but they won't keep or take away all of my big dreams. Even if they say it's all just so impossible, I'll just keep on marching forward like I'm unstoppable. Even if there's nobody there else with me to see, I still believe, I still believe. So I'll cry tears, I pour my sweat until I bleed, until I'm where I wanna be. I'll cry tears, I pour my sweat until I bleed, because reaching cloud 9 don't come easily. So I'm drawing out my map, and then I'm sailing off. No, I'm never looking back. Giving everything, oh everything, everything I've got. So I'll cry tears, I'll pour my sweat until I bleed, until I'm where I wanna be. I'll cry tears, I'll pour my sweat until I bleed, because reaching cloud 9 don't come easily. It don't come easily. It don't come easily. It don't come easily. Open your arms, wipe your tears, seek the shelter from all your fears, and open your arms and let me in. Put down your sorrows so we can win. 'Cause this is my revolution to the confusion.